Good morning. Or after.
How do people know it's morning? Sorry. Go for it.
Oh my God. Good morning or afternoon or whenever you're listening, because it is a podcast, not live. Although it does go live on YouTube, but not actually live. It premieres on YouTube. Do you know that? Oh, God.
We are filming this in the morning.
He's turned up late. This is the morning.
Our guest has brought me a hash brown from McDonald's.
You've not been to sleep for a few days, have you?
I have. I've been sleeping like a baby.
Baby.
I wake up every 4 hours crying and I need someone to put milk in my mouth. This is not how this should have ever started.
No, what, you eating a hash brown?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to...
No, you can't. You criticise me for saying good morning.
Hello, whatever time of day it is, and welcome to Got a Problem, Mate, the hash brown cast.
No. And I checked, you didn't buy the rights to this.
To the hash brown?
You didn't get the rights to the podcast, so you can't change it to hash brown cast.
Oh, okay.
I checked with Kishore, the lawyer.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome in, everyone. We will talk about each other's problems and then the guest's problem and the listener's one, and that's usually what it is. But it's that sort of thing. I think it's pretty good.
Bilal!
Hey, let me tell you this. We need to do more, because we had a meeting. We need to do more clickbaity things, right? Because it's not enough to just have a good product these days.
Why do you think I'm trying to get sponsored by McDonald's hash browns?
Is that what this is? We're not going to get... Come on, say something clickbaity that will get attention.
I think that hash browns should be part of everybody's daily diet.
And why is that?
Because we all need starch.
Okay, that's a viral clip.
Bilal,
yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay, very stressed.
Why are you stressed?
Doing lots of preparing for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Please buy a ticket.
And you're going on holiday to a new home?
I'm moving house as well.
That's what I meant.
Is that what you call that? So I have a lot going on. I had a couple of previews that were good, and then I had one that wasn't that good, and it really threw my confidence.
Okay. There's going to be a part in the show for people at home who are like, oh, these two are always going on about comedy, even though we are comedians. That's probably why. I'm limiting comedy chat to 3 minutes on today's podcast, which you can do with today's guest, because he's also going to Edinburgh Fringe, whilst I sit on Brighton Beach and do nothing all summer.
But the guest is actually a good person to talk to about comedy.
Yeah, so you can do that for 3 minutes.
No, not 3 minutes. See, Joey thinks that audiences don't want people to talk about comedy.
Audiences want to talk about hash browns.
No one wants to talk about hash browns.
Just very quickly.
Yeah.
Have you been packing for moving?
Yeah.
Is that why you're wearing that t-shirt? Slam.
That's why he asked me about if I was moving earlier, because he wanted to plan a joke. People that think that you're spontaneous don't know that you write 30 minutes before.
I'm right. I've written this. This whole thing is scripted.
I quite like this t-shirt. It's a bit fun.
Bit faded, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's good.
Oh, is it? Okay.
What's that?
What's what?
What are you wearing?
This is my new look.
Oh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Sort of. It's actually inspired by The Weeknd in The Idol.
We were just talking about that before we started.
What a good program,
actor.
eh?
He's a good actor.
What a program.
I haven't actually seen it, but I've read about it.
It's utter dog shit.
You watched it?
I've watched the whole thing. My girlfriend wanted to watch it.
You don't watch anything.
There's a character in it called Tedros. What else do you want to know? He's got a rat tail. So maybe. Oh, wait, when I do this for the whole episode today. Any good?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Any good? Anyway, but it's very sexually explicit and violent, and I'm worrying about what it's going to do to the kids. It's all a lot of like...
Your kids?
No, just any young people that watch it. There's like sexual knife play. There's all sorts. Really dodgy.
How have you been?
Huh? I'm great, actually. Shall I tell you something? And this is related to my problem. Okay? I'm so good No, listen, I'm so good. I literally don't have any problems. I do have one problem still.
He
This
has
is like a problem
problems.
within a problem.
He has
Right?
problems.
Right, I've been so good that my friends are telling me I'm not that much fun because I'm too happy.
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a problem with your friends there.
Yeah. Kishore. He won't watch this. There's points name checking him.
We talk about him all the time.
Yeah, but he doesn't listen.
Your friends don't want you to be happy. I've never hung out with a friend and thought, this guy's too happy, this isn't fun. I think, well, I'm glad my friend's happy.
Yeah, well, not my friends. My friends are like, you're boring when you're not miserable.
I think they're going to murder you. You need to...
But I do have a problem.
Mm.
But I want to do yours first because mine is directly linked to our guest.
Okay, mine is about how to pick yourself up when having a loss of confidence.
Okay.
I think he'll be a good guy to talk to about that.
I can solve that for you immediately.
No, not you.
Let me tell you that you're wearing a faded t-shirt.
No.
Because it's the only thing you didn't pack. That should help.
It's fine.
Yeah.
This is quite fun.
All right. Hey, Bilal.
Yeah.
If people want to get in touch with the podcast,
I thought you were going to say your one.
Oh, yeah. I'll do it in a second. But
gotaproblemmate@gmail.com. That's the email address.
And you can use the hashtag GAP, M ?
See how he looked at me after because he knows that doesn't work.
It does work. Someone
We're
used
on
it once.
TikTok, Instagram.
Also, I had
Twitter.
to do my birthday list. Do you have a birthday list?
No, what do you mean?
Well,
Presents?
you because obviously I've got a very acquired fashion sense.
You could call it that.
People buy me stuff and I don't wear it. So to stop that, all my family, I send them like a wedding list, gift list. I send them, here's what I want for my birthday. Don't buy me anything that's not on the list because it'll be a waste. So if anybody would like that, I could put it up online if anyone wants to get me a gift for my birthday. It's coming
Where
up.
are they going to send the gift?
We'll get it sent here. I don't want people knowing where I actually live.
Why not? Just give your address. I
Not
think
these
it's fine.
guys and these fucking nerds. Okay. My problem is I've been away for a couple of days and I very graciously let our next guest stay at my flat, which, by the way, is a expense that I want to be reimbursed for 2 nights stay in London.
Oh, did he
To
know
get our
that?
guest on. No, I'm talking to the producers. They owe me 2 nights rent.
They owe you 2 nights rent.
Yeah, because otherwise we wouldn't have got today's fantastic guest.
I don't think. Okay.
But just sometimes the nervousness of what someone, and he stayed at my house many times, but I am normally there, and I trust him completely. I trust him with my keys, not my life, but my keys. But you're just like, oh, it's not quite tidy enough. It's not quite clean. Do you know? And you're like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna like be walking around inspecting it. I've been a bit on edge about that.
Is that your problem that you're scared?
No, but like, you know, when you let somebody into your home and you're like, oh, I wonder if they're going to notice that I didn't bother cleaning that, or I haven't done this, or...
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess
I
we're
don't
going to
think
find out if
he's-
those fears are realised.
He's
in
not the
today's
kind of
show.
guy that cares about that.
Well, you'd say that, but Phil is actually very clean. Oh, shit, I've said his name. Is it supposed to be a surprise?
No, because people see the episode title, don't
Oh,
they?
yeah,
So
sure.
it's all right.
I knew that.
Let's get him in.
Let's get him in. Now, before we introduce today's fantastic guest,
Stay quiet.
what the fuck is this?
What?
Are you guys... This is like a power play.
What?
That I'm in the fucking mini chair.
No, you're just a small guy.
No, I'm not. I look like fucking Ronnie Corbett all of a sudden. That's one for the kids. Clickbait, Ronnie Corbett. Do you even know who Ronnie Corbett is?
Let's do a modern reference.
Dermot O'Leary.
Okay.
He is very short.
Is he?
I met him once.
Where?
When Boring Louise was secretly cheating on me, she was in the pub with her workmates with Skittles, who's the guy she was cheating on
Oh,
me with.
jeez.
And he was called Skittles because he eats lots of Skittles. Imagine losing your girlfriend to somebody whose most definable feature is they eat a lot of Skittles to the point it becomes their nickname. Boring. Anyway, and Dermot O'Leary was in the pub at the same time. I was there. I was the one that was out of place, but he was small.
Another harrowing story from the life of Joey Page. We're going to do an intro each for our guest. I'll go first. October 16th, 1981, a baby was born, a beautiful one, in the north somewhere.
This is brilliant so far.
he would go on to host Beat the Frog in Manchester and maybe Preston. Maybe occasionally. That got closed down. And I would do some of my very first gigs there where he was very nice to me and he was really good. And he had like a camera. We'll talk about that. He's very good, Phil Ellis. I like him a lot. He's also exactly 10 years older than me because I'm October 16, 1991. That's why I know. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Ellis.
Okay, my turn. This man. What can we say about this man? His name's Phil Ellis. He is the Edinburgh Comedy Award winner.
Oh.
He also is one of the worst eaters of all time. He only eats dry things. He doesn't like sauce. If there was an action figure made of him, he would be with a jean jacket, a grotty tissue, and a McDonald's bag as his accessories. He's a very good friend of mine. He's been staying in my flat. He's straight out of the 70s, though. I think he's trying to get rid of that image. He's done one of the best Edinburgh shows I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's called Phil Ellis.
Thank you.
Which show was that?
Could be any, couldn't it?
The one where you had a secret room in the back of the gig.
Oh, yeah, 2016.
What was that called?
Phil Ellis is Alone Together. I was trying to do like a pretentious title for a laugh. And then,
one of my favourite bits of that was you'd fold up any unsold seats in the venue after purposefully getting a venue too big for you to sell, just basically for this joke. And then you'd fold up the chairs and be like, that's a pizza. That's half my rent. And just like stack them up.
Yeah. I made these do 2 for 1 once. I could tell the audience were really flat. I went, you're 2 for 1. So I made them sit on the knee of the person they came with, and I took the chairs away for the whole hour. It's like, you cheap pricks.
I should explain that at the Fringe, there's like a couple of 2 for 1 days where it's like half price tickets, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Buy one, get one free.
But you pay for one seat, you'll have one seat.
And sometimes those audiences can be quite flat because they're just trying to get a good offer, right?
Yeah, that day, I say 30% were 2 for 1s, 30% were in there because it was raining in a close by venue.
Why are you living in Joey's flat?
Oh,
He's not living.
well, I'm not living.
Staying
Is
staying.
I mean,
what?
I'm living in it.
How long has it been?
Well, I say it's not much. It's not really a life.
3 months.
What? Well, it started off as 2 days, but I'm thinking of I've got the keys. I may just do a coup and take over.
I knew this would happen.
This morning you said, I've already sold the flat.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not.
I don't own it, so that's big
terrible
news.
negotiator.
And did you think you didn't clean up enough?
It was. I thought you left it very tidy.
Yeah, but you know, when you're like, oh, I've only got about half an hour to do this.
Yeah, but I
do
have
as much as I
stayed
can
in
in half
people's
an hour.
houses quite recently that were. It was like a deleted scene from Train Spotting. It was just
Okay,
fucking right.
shall I look
There
at
was
where
one-
you've been gigging and work out which comedian you're
I
talking about
can't
based on the
because
town?
I can't divulge any more information. But all I'm saying is you shouldn't invite someone round to stay at your house if when they've had a shit they need a bucket to flush it away. I do
Whoa.
not think that is an acceptable premises.
My
to
toilet is
invite
old.
someone.
My toilet is old, but it works. Yeah?
Yeah, no, it does work.
Yeah.
I flushed some terrible things down that toilet this week.
Oh, God.
Are you
Evidence.
excited about us having the same birthday 10 years apart?
Yeah, I am actually. But what I was worried about is people knowing my date of birth. Now all they need is my first pet's name and find out my
And
mum's
they've
maiden
got access
name.
to your
They've got access to
overdraft.
all
To
of my
what?
debt.
Yeah.
They'll be able to pay off all my credit cards.
Guys, things are going so well for me. I got a letter from Barclays saying that they're reducing my overdraft because I never use it.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, but well,
It's
how are
less-
you doing
less
so well?
available. Yeah, that's a good.
Because I'm always working. They call me the workaholic.
You do work a lot.
I'm always driving around. That's why it's at mine, because I'm never there.
Every time I visited recently, Joey's been.
At my girlfriend's.
Yeah.
But that,
I don't like you saying the word girlfriend. I find it very
he
creepy.
hates it.
I think you
Let's
get to
say
an
it more.
age where if you're saying girlfriend, you sound like a paedophile or just wrong. It's just wrong, innit? I don't. My girlfriend. You're nearly
Yeah, but
40.
what should I say?
My partner.
Yeah, but if I say partner, and there's
What?
absolutely nothing wrong with this, but because of like how I'm quite flamboyant, people then might be thinking, by partner, is he gay? Is he straight? What's the deal here?
So
and I don't
what?
want them
Say
thinking
girl-
about that.
don't say
I
girlfriend.
should be listening to what I'm telling
you
them.
sound like you're in a remake of Grease. My girl, it's just creepy. You're nearly 40. You don't have
I'm
a
not.
girlfriend.
I'm nearly 39.
It's unbelievable.
There's nothing wrong with everyone thinking that you might be gay.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But if they're thinking about that, then they're not thinking about what I'm talking to them about, which is how much I like my girlfriend.
I like your girlfriend.
Why have you waited so long to eat that? Because we did the intro, and that must be stone cold now. You've got cheese on the mic stand.
Oh, Jesus.
For anyone for anybody that's listening, I forget that people listen to this, and I always get really annoyed when on podcasts people are just like talking about the visual stuff and not explaining. Phil is eating a double sausage
McDonald's
and egg
is brilliant.
McMuffin,
Good for the environment.
and it looks dry as old Harry.
What's your favourite thing about McDonald's?
Chips.
Mine's the amount of
Why are you putting it away?
methane they produce. What?
Why are you putting it away?
Well, that's enough for me now.
And also,
I'm all right with that.
don't rustle when you're talking. It's very hard for
I'm sorry.
them to edit. Either rustle or talk. You can't do both.
What would you like to know?
Well,
What info can I give you?
how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm as well as I can possibly be.
We kind of half got into talking about my problem here, which is just being a bit, someone's staying at my flat. Is it gonna be nice enough? Because also I'm thinking about when I go to South Africa at Christmas, I'm thinking about Airbnb it
Going to
out.
South Africa.
I didn't know about this.
I'm going to South Africa at Christmas. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm thinking about Airbnb it out. So, Phil, what do you not with the flat?
What?
Is there anything you're like? Why is that there? Or I don't really understand why he's done this.
It's only when you come home, I'm like, ugh, the vibe.
Well, yeah, because then you don't get the bed. You have to sleep on two sofa cushions on the floor, and there's no blinds in the living room.
Although saying that, both nights I've fallen asleep sat up on the sofa.
When there was a bed.
That's not a well man, is it? Sorry?
No.
Yeah, that's my problem. I keep falling asleep sat up.
I told
Like
you
the
didn't have
Elephant
to
Man.
worry. You didn't have to worry about your house being
When
clean
I stay at Phil's house, because it's like we've basically got like a foreign exchange kind of deal going on. When I'm gigging in the north, I stay at Phil's, and when he's gigging in the south, he stays at my flat and his flat. And I suspect
My old
possibly because
flat
your
was-
last flat. Well, both your flats have been very tidy. One of them was actually very stark.
Yeah, but I've always liked having a really empty, like his flat in American Psycho, Patrick Bateman's. That's
Oh.
been my vibe.
Not seen it.
But it's just nothing in it.
Whereabouts do you live?
I live
Not-
near Old Trafford in
Oh, do you?
Manchester. Yeah, Stretford.
Where are you
yeah.
from?
I'm from
MUFC.
Preston.
Oh, you're from Preston.
Yeah, biggest bus station in Europe.
Preston North End Football Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. First KFC outside of the United States.
Really?
Is it?
All the facts.
Really?
What else he says about Preston?
Why there? That's weird.
I know, it's odd, isn't it? Preston, big mill town.
You told me this once. That it's one of its nicknames is De Preston.
Oh, is it? Did I do that?
Well, I've said it on stage, but I think you gave me it.
I may have.
Yeah.
I throw stuff out like that, and to me, it's nothing.
Yeah, to me, it's
like-
part of my set. I say it when I'm not
to
in
me,
Preston.
it's just
I
like
go,
dandruff
I was
coming off
gigging
me.
in Preston, or as they call it, De Preston. That's
People go, boo, boo, weak, weak
Can I
comedy.
get away with doing that on Live at the Apollo?
No.
Oh, okay. So what else is going on, Phil?
Not a lot, really, to be honest, Joey. Each day is a struggle, but I can rest in the knowledge that each day is a day closer to death. So, that's-
Well, listen, you
so it's like
you're
Way up,
very
even down.
creative lad.
I'm very creative, always drawing,
Yeah.
always making
Your
little.
your
clay
shows
models.
are very very creative, very silly.
Yeah,
very
thank
fun.
you. Yeah, Thank you very
now
much.
I've been under pressure, right? I find this stuff. Well, firstly, how many times have you done the old?
this will be my
film?
10th year.
And is that's not all solo stuff though? That's
Also, well, they're my shows, but I have people in them.
Yeah.
I've never done a show on my own. One year, that year I had a robot.
okay.
It was dog shit. So that's the worst year I've ever done. The robot was a bin on wheels with an arm scratcher. It was a very ill-advised show. Made no sense. Came out of a wardrobe at the beginning like a cryo chamber. The whole joke was
Did
I
you
was.
bring a wardrobe to the gig?
It was like I got this cloth wardrobe from
Oh, a cloth
Argos,
one, okay.
and it starts saying that. So the joke was I'd been in cryostasis for 3 years, which is why my career had gone nowhere. I'd been frozen. Now the whole joke was the whole show was based around me being bitter, I think. And that is not enough to base an hour of comedy on. So it really
Yeah, I did a show like that once. It was like my 10th year in comedy, and I killed myself off at the end, and everyone's like, we don't even know who you are. So,
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? You forget that you're the most important thing in your life, but no one else really knows any backstory. They just want to see an hour of funny.
They just
comedy.
want to hear zippy comedy about coffee shops.
Yeah.
Depreston, that kind of
Yeah,
thing. So I need
I've
your...
got a great new bath mat, but it's really rocking at the minute. It's popping. All the clubs.
I need your help. I feel like
Do you like bath mat? I'm probably the most prolific bath mat based comic working today. So please, is that mine? That's my camera, isn't it? Yeah. Oh right, thank yeah. I'm the most prolific bath. I've been looking at that one by mistake. I'm the most
it's fine.
I'm the most reliable comedian in the northwest of Manchester, and I'm also the Manchester's premier bath mat material based comic. So check me out at the Phil Ellis at blueyonder.com.
At Blue Yonder.
What's that?
Is that your email
My
address?
email address blueyonder.co.uk.
What the hell is... What's Blue Yonder?
What's Blue Yonder? Only the email address Gmail wishes it was.
You see, this is why I feel like I want to get comedy advice from you, sort of, but not anything. Not anymore.
Career-wise, no. I mean, artistically, I can
That's
help.
what I mean.
But if you want anything
So,
to help your career, there's no way I'm
Bilal's
the worst
problem
person.
is that he's having a crisis of confidence.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's written quite a weak show, and he now is worried about it.
Do not worry about that. I've written so many weak shows. What you do is lots of bells and whistles distract people. So every now and then someone will walk in my show dressed as a bear and people go, God, Phil is pushing the boundaries of comedy again. What they don't realise is that's just because I've run out of ideas. So I just say to like Rich Wilson, do you fancy dressing as a badger today? And just walking in. And people think it's like... I once, one venue, I thought it'd be funny to have a pantomime cow come in halfway through. And then I'd just look at them and go like and then they'd back up out the venue. But the problem is, it was undersold so poorly this year that the seats, the audience didn't go further than halfway down. So every day, a pantomime cow would come in. No one would notice it. And I'd go, and then it would just quietly back up out. So that cost me 20 quid a day. I'd have to pay, there's 2 people in the cow. So that's 20 quid. I also realised I could have just got away with one person at the front. Would have had the same effect, but they didn't need the person behind.
Is this the show where you ran outside and got in a fight?
No, that was a
fake
different
fight?
one, yeah. That was a show where I used to
came to
pay
that.
someone to dress as a bear and fly her a show that didn't exist every day. Because at the end of my show, it turned out I got the timings wrong. So I'm trying to do a big emotional finish of me meeting my real dad for the first time on video. And then the video would start, and it'd just be me sat outside of the cafe, and it was just silent. And I go, oh, yeah, so he was late, but I don't know how to edit. So it'd just be 5 minutes of me sat outside a cafe. And then a guy dressed as a bear would come in, Will Duggan, and he'd go, it's the fucking Bear Show. And everyone would go, oh, there is a show called The Bear Show, because I'd pay someone to dress as a bear and fly
Oh
the show
my God.
every day.
See, it's so conceptual.
And the joke was, I go, well, but everything's gone wrong in this show, so the firearm's gone off, I've had to do the show outside, all these things. I'd go outside of there was a beer garden outside the venue, it was in like a porta cabin, so I get the fire alarm, and then the staff would come and play it straight that the fire alarm's gone off, so we have to evacuate the building. So we'd all be stood in the beer garden, I go, how are we doing for time? And the tech would go, we're going to have to crack on. So I go, all right, right, where was I? Oh, yeah, my mum's dead, right? So I'm stood there in the beer garden with it raining. And I remember there was like a family just sat on just watching like this on the picnic table. I went, and I used to go oh, have you bought a ticket? And they'd be like, no. I go, well, do you want to fuck off then, you cheap pricks? So I got these are paid for it. I just tell families to fuck off. Do the show, but go in. Then I go, well, I've got the room till 6:10. And then the bear will go, no, it's 6:00, and my tech would go, oh, yeah, no, but you normally were really underrun, Phil, which is why we've never seen the bear show before. And I'm like, oh. So then he'd start rapping, and then I'd go outside and fight with the bear that was exit firing.
Now,
Thank you very
I've
much for
seen
your
this
time.
show. I've seen
My
this
God.
show.
Yeah.
And I
Fuck.
don't literally understand anything he just said.
So the bear would come in,
No, we don't want it again.
and then he'd start rapping.
He would rap.
He would start the bear show over my emotional
The
bit
bear
about my
show
dad.
is he raps.
So he would start, and I'd
Because
be
when
like,
you said
look,
rapping, I thought you meant wrapping up. He starts
No.
oh
rapping.
no, he'd do a rap.
He
does
the
a
really
rap.
vulgar rap.
Oh.
Like, Humpty Dumpty sat on that dick. And I'd be there going, oh, God, well, he's telling me that my dad's telling me he loves me. And he's there doing this horrible rap. And I'm going, okay. So I'd leave, and the bear show would carry on for 10 minutes, and people just sit watching this bear rap. He used to have a little vest on that said, all the sexy girls come up to me. Found that in a charity shop. Things you find. Who was buying that t-shirt?
Now, Philip.
Yes.
What advice?
I'm sweating so much. Double denim is a terrible idea to be.
Take it off.
I can't have committed to it now.
No, you'll be
It's
alright.
honestly
Committed to the
fine.
look.
It's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Right, well, here we go then. I've never done this on a podcast before, so it's a bit of an exclusive, bit of clickbait. You can do that. Phil just takes his jacket off. Click. Princess Diana's not dead.
Bilal. Do you,
Bit of clickbait for you.
Sorry, do that again.
I saw her in Woolworths. It's still open. Wake up!
What an exclusive.
I like the Tories. I like Tories.
Tourists.
Mm.
Okay.
9/11.
This
Huh?
is exactly what.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is that it?
Our most controversial guest ever. And he knocked all the mics and everything with his.
this could be your little pitch.
Give me the thumbnail.
Andrew Tate raises some good points, though, doesn't he? Do you not think?
What ones?
I do. I like his cigars.
Oh,
He's the man that everyone wants to be.
Phil, have you seen
Good
the
guy.
Idol?
The Idol, love it. Season 3, episode 2 is the
There's
greatest.
only going to
bit.
be one season.
it got cancelled right after.
Yeah, for being too.
Well,
for being too lewd.
I'm picking it up.
I don't think that's the reason.
But I'm remaking. I'm doing series 2.
Oh, the writing is absolutely terrible. In it.
Well, it's because it's not very good, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a show that wasn't very good. It's
Isn't this the one where all the people come on and try and sing and
Yeah.
talk about how the nan died and this is
Yeah.
what they always wanted?
Yeah.
And they go,
Is
"No,
it?
no,
No,
no."
that's Pop Idol.
Oh, right. Sorry, no.
Phil.
Come out and.
So other than guests,
My nan, before the car accident, I used to sing. My nan used to cry, and they all go, "Oh God!" and then they sing, and it's fine. But like,
but everyone's
You're not gonna
crying.
gong him
that's
off, are
watching, yeah. Gong. It's
is,
not.
it, is
a
this
gong.
how, is this
It's
how
not-
Bilal did while it beat the frogs? He came on and talked about all his family had died in a car crash.
I never. Let's talk
did your
about.
family die in a car?
No,
crash?
no, it's all right.
Oh, I'm
No, it's fine. They didn't.
All right.
They're okay. They're okay. When I was brand new to comedy, living in Manchester,
Shame.
I was 20. I was
What?
like
Why
21.
was you living in Manchester?
I went to uni near
that's where we
there,
met.
and he was emceeing. Beat the Frog, it's called. It's
The Gong
It's
Show.
like Pop
yeah.
Gong
Idol
Show.
for comedy.
It's like Pop Idol for comedy.
It's only the show Pop
On an
Idol wishes it
£8
was.
budget.
Yeah, you don't get paid. You would have got paid.
I got paid. Yeah.
He would host it, and new comedians go on. And the thing is, you have to, for people that don't know, you have to. What is it? You have to last 5 minutes
You have
on
to last
stage.
5 minutes, and there's 3 cards.
Thank God you
amongst
said
the
on
audience.
stage.
And then the cards are held up if they don't like you, and you're gonged off if you.
There's a little honk
3
honk
cards go up
noise.
before 5. Yeah. Well, it's changed. Now. With 2 cards go up before 5 minutes, you're gonged off.
Why?
Because too many people getting through that were weak. Because there'd be one person holding off with the card, going, "Oh, well, fair play.
Yeah, fair
play.
enough.
Good on him."
I used to do that, and I never won it, but I'd get through to the. It used to be a clap off.
Yeah.
I used to get through to it, and then I didn't win, and then you were very nice to me, and you were like, "Don't worry about it, it's fine." But even then, I thought, "No, it's not fine. I need to be winning these things." But it turns out, don't need. Got podcast now.
Yeah,
you
look at
you
what-
okay? You all right?
I nearly fell asleep. You talking about something from your open spot days that
He
doesn't
gets
really
left
make-
out for a minute.
No, I'm just. Let's talk about current affairs. People don't care about the comedy.
Current affairs.
No, I
When
don't
have
know.
you ever?
People, do you keep saying this? Why do you think people are tuning in to a podcast with 3 unknown comedians? What, to hear about your thoughts on politics? No, they want to hear about how bad comedy is. It's horrible. Comedy's the worst thing I've ever done. It's full of absolute fucking idiots, right? I've got nothing to fall back on. This is all I've got, is to come in the fucking basement and sit with these two, who I'd be doing this with anyway without the cameras, to be honest. This isn't a career. This is scrabbling for some
To be
kind
fair-
of this relevancy. We're not. None of us are. We're too old for this. I'm 41 years old. Why am I wearing a yellow T-shirt as if I'm youthful? It's pathetic. I look like I should be in a fucking Ariel advert. It's depressing. I wish I'd learned a trade. I've got friends, right?
You're
who
a
are
good
thick as
decorator.
shit.
You helped me decorate my flat.
Yeah, I could do that because I've got friends who are so fucking thick. Their kitchens are amazing. My kitchen, I don't even own a kitchen. My friend's got a smeg, and he got a D at double science. Right? He's got a smeg fridge. I am travelling to fucking Grimsby on a Thursday to gig for the Spunky Chuckle Hut, right? For nothing. It's an absolute waste of my time. I've got a third in media production to fall back on, which is insane because I've heard it's impossible to get a third in media, but I did it. This is awful.
Phil.
But thanks for having me. If you want to follow me on the socials, it's at the Phil Ellis. Not an arrogance thing. It's just Phil Ellis was taken.
This is very important.
Yeah.
Phil,
I'm really sorry about that.
Wait.
Lost my temper.
I've
What?
got a third in a media degree.
What?
I swear to God.
Why have we never spoken about this? Where from?
guys.
Bolton University.
That's a university.
Apparently. Where did you go?
Staffordshire.
Guys.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry.
What?
You've got a
I've
third.
got a media degree.
Yeah?
2-1. You fucking
Oh,
pair of
you
losers.
loser. Why did you work?
He watched Jaws. That's how you get a
Why
2-1.
did you try?
I didn't. I'm just so talented. Now, Phil, what is your problem that you've brought in for us
I think
today?
I've already explained it. I hate my life, my career. I wish I'd chosen a different career.
What would you have done if you could?
I'd have killed people at a bus stop. That would be my
Wait,
claim to fame.
would
I
you
probably
get-
would have gone on some
No,
killing
as in what have
spree.
you done as a career?
A job, not a.
I'd have
not-
stayed in the airbags factory and really worked hard.
You used to work in an airbag factory.
Yeah.
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 What did you do there?
Well, I cut airbags.
Cut them.
Yeah, but I was in a part of the airbags factory where no one really knew what I did because I made parts that didn't hit any targets for cutting. It was a self-contained factory, so the bags were woven, coated, cut, and then produced all in-house. A lot of it was outsourced to Poland after a few years, which is why the factory eventually just downsized and shut down. But when I worked there, I worked in cutting. I'd make parts, so I was in the cutting area, but I didn't affect any targets because all my parts went to production. So yeah, I used to make duck filters, and
Duck filters.
they look like ducks, little filters, and you put them on.
I
And
wasn't expecting this answer to be
I
this
worked
long,
with
sorry.
two guys. One was called Jim, and he had no knees, and the other guy turned out to be a paedophile. And upsettingly, the paedophile was the only person I really got on with at the factory. My only friend turned out to be a paedophile.
So just to be clear, you
It's
didn't
not
know he was a
funny.
paedophile when you.
No, I
befriended him?
didn't. Well, he wasn't. Well, he was at the time, but we didn't know. And then he just stopped coming for a few years.
But that was
And I was
crying.
like, "Where's my
never
mate
cried.
gone?" And then someone went, "Oh, he's a paedophile." And
But
then,
I was literally crying.
and then I got a
I've never
job.
cried before on this.
And then I got a job. Then I got a job at Macclesfield Burton menswear, and every day I'd walk. Burton's
That's
shut down.
gone as well.
Everywhere I go. You should hear about my blockbuster career. Went to Burton menswear, and I'm like one of those landlords you bring into a pub to just shut it down. So I went to Burton menswear, and every day I'd go in. Every Monday, I'd see my old workmate signing on the register at the town hall next to Burton. What a life. You can't write stuff like that. At the Phil Ellis on all the socials. Do like and subscribe. What?
But you did write something like that. You've written a Radio 4 sitcom twice.
Three series.
series
Yeah,
now.
yeah. It's a
I
good
didn't know
time.
if I was allowed to mention.
Oh,
You can,
I
yeah.
be in it?
It's going to be
Well,
a
it's
third
gone
series.
now.
Oh.
No,
What, you've done the third series?
yeah.
I thought you was going to put me in it.
Oh, yeah. You were in it. Do you remember? Weird.
Oh, fucking hell. This always happens to me.
I recorded it 4 years ago, the third
I
series.
thought you was doing another one.
No, they stopped it because of I don't know why.
You told me you were back on the...
I got a Radio
Really?
4 job.
Everyone's got them, yeah.
I'm in the
yeah.
cast of Rachel Paris has a pilot for a political thing, but I don't really know anything about politics, so I don't know why I'm in it.
My friend is writing is writing a sitcom about his life.
Okay.
yeah, and he won't even give me an audition to play me.
Wait. He's written you into it, and you're not going to play you.
Yeah, he's not even going to let me audition
I
for
can,
my own part.
I would love it if it's someone like Dean Gaffney.
It's not going to be Dean Gaffney.
It would be me.
Yeah, it'd be funny. It'd be funny if it was me.
So Bilal, have you got a listener's problem?
We've got
I
a
don't feel like
listener's
we've really dealt with
problem.
anyone's
Sorry.
problems. We've just aired
Sorry,
our
guys.
grievances.
I've never cried laughing on this before,
Oh.
but I wasn't expecting you to. I mean, it
Talk
went
about
a
the
lot of-
airbag factory.
I mean,
Who'd have thought? So
it
much
took
fun
a lot
there.
of twists.
Saving
that
lives.
story.
You're welcome, guys.
Okay, we have a listener's problem. Listeners sometimes write in for
Not
advice.
sometimes,
Cool.
always. If
Sorry.
you've got a problem that you'd like answered
Always.
by our amazing special guest each week, not by me and Bilal, but by our guest, then you can
PhilEllis.com.
then please email your
Thanks.
problems to gotaproblemmate@gmail. Do not rustle that while I'm trying to do the promo.
Big fan of McDonald's, by the way. If there's any,
You haven't even eaten half of your breakfast.
I love McDonald's and KFC.
Well, you pick a side.
Fight.
Okay, pick a side: KFC or McDonald's.
KFC.
McDonald's, I think, is better, but
Yeah,
I
McDonald's.
hate both, really.
Really?
I feel like, KFC's quality is pretty
Controversial.
poor, but McDonald's is...
Oh yeah, you only like the bespoke Mexican tacos place near your flat.
Yeah, it's good, man. I'll take you there soon.
Well, you're not, 'cause you're
Should I
moving.
do another hot
No, I'm
take
in the
for
same area.
clickbait?
Yeah, go on.
I think why aren't we eating dogs? Why aren't we eating these pets? You know what I mean? Lift the ban.
Once I get I think if you've got, I think
Panicked.
no, I think if you've got if the dog's got to be put down,
Eat
there's so many
it.
hungry people out there.
Get
Or
it
cat,
on a
or
bap.
cat. I'd eat
Get
your,
that dog on a fucking
Bilal,
bap now.
I'd eat your cat.
Yeah. Hamster starter.
You stay away from my cat.
Cat and chips.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna hollow out that tortoise for dinner. Come here, you little prick. Get in that bowl.
What?
Sorry.
So James has a
What
problem.
does
What's
cat
he-
taste like?
Oh, don't. People aren't going to like it. People aren't going to...
Yeah,
you're
you
going to lose
can't.
listeners. You've gone
Slightly
too far.
sour aftertaste
You've gone too far.
with
What?
little transparent fish bones scattered throughout the meat. Sounds
This is
awful.
What? I don't know.
No, that's...
Even I feel bad about that.
Yeah, no, you took it
Guys,
too far.
do not
The fact
eat
that
your
you went
pets.
further than him.
I know.
I'm
Okay.
sorry about this.
Bilal.
James has a problem.
Cool.
Hi, guys. Loving the podcast and especially listening
Cool,
to...
James. Hey, James. Thanks for supporting the pod.
Also, if you'd like to react to
Thanks,
James's
great,
problem,
Nick.
use
Great.
the hashtag GAP.
Help everyone. Help the family
question
well,
mark.
James. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Sorry, is this mine, isn't it? Yeah, thanks,
The-
James. Hope everything's all right. Huh?
The guy, he says he listens twice so he can review on Apple and Spotify. So that's...
Yeah,
We need
right.
more of you, please.
Don't
do
forget
that.
to like and subscribe, James.
On Spotify, it couldn't be easier to just click the 5 stars. That's all
Yeah.
you have to do. On Apple, we do need some reviews.
So the
also,
barbecue
so-
season is here.
Hey!
And we will no doubt be
Get that fucking
entertaining.
cat on it. Tiddles! Get on that barbecue!
We will no doubt be entertaining over the coming months. But every
Wow,
time
James has really got a high opinion.
we
of himself.
have
Yeah, fucking hell,
every time we
James.
have a get together, the missus insists on sticking
The
a
missus.
teaspoon in.
All right, James. Hello, Seven.
No, let Bilal finish his.
Sorry.
James.
The
All
missus
right,
insists on sticking a teaspoon in the peanuts, and this is a huge problem for me.
Oh my God! No, I.
You shouldn't have a Mrs. James. You should die alone. You fucking arsehole. You don't deserve a Mrs. My missus put a teaspoon in a peanut. What is going on?
Can I
is
say, in
not a
James's
problem.
defence? Wait, I don't think we've got to the bottom of the
No,
problem.
we
yet,
haven't got
But
anywhere
can I-
near.
Sorry,
can I just
James.
say-
Sorry, James. My fault. I was too quick to judge. My apologies. I hope you have a good
can
life.
I just say at this
I
point-
don't want you to die.
When I went to Rome,
Well, I don't want you to live forever either, to be honest. But like, I don't. I think I want you to die at some point, James. But at the right time, when you're old enough, you've had a good life. I don't want James
Old
to be
enough.
the only person who never dies. Watching everyone around you that you love pass away. That must be horrible, James. I'm sorry. I do not wish that on anyone. To be the last person
yeah,
on
but
this
imagine
floating
what
rock,
he'd see.
a wasteland.
Imagine all the stuff he'd see.
You'd see the death
I'd
of the
take
human
that.
race.
I would take that. Live forever.
Sorry, James. I hope everything's all right about the peanuts.
If you're to live forever, right? If you were to live forever,
Yeah.
would you stay like? Would you keep like getting old and decrepit, or would you have a bit? Would you age much slower because you're living forever?
Like a tortoise.
Because if I'm gonna have like an old rancid body, I don't want it. But if I could like sort of stay like this and live forever,
If you're living forever, your body can't be rotting away, can it? It's
No,
got a-
so would I look good?
You're
for
like a
my age?
vampire.
Great, I'll do it.
Yeah, you'd look the same, but more
Yeah.
pale.
No. Can I just say before you even get into this, when I was in Rome, yeah, on my mate's jolly up for his work.
All right.
Remember I went to that 5-star hotel in Rome I was telling you about, and I lost my jumper. In the bar, they had a teaspoon in the peanuts, and I found it a huge problem. What is the fucking point of putting a teaspoon in peanuts?
But a teaspoon's the little spoon, isn't it?
Yeah, but why though? Why do you need a
Well,
spoon?
at least do a tablespoon.
Anyway, carry on.
Well, you have one peanut
I
at a
haven't
time.
got near the end of this.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, James. Thanks again, James.
I'm
for your
sorry,
patience.
James, about
Thanks, James. Maybe
this.
switch to cashews.
So he puts us. This all stems
Have you tried Brazil? Sorry.
from her mother's belief that men never wash their hands after going for a pee. Apparently, it's okay to scoop up a handful of Doritos crisps or sausage rolls with your pissy fingers. But a teaspoon is the best tool to use to transfer peanuts 2 at a time to an upheld palm and presumably transfer imaginary piss in the next teaspoon user. Wait, what I need is a bulletproof argument to stop this behaviour as I'm tired of my mates.
Give it
winking
here.
at
I'll tell you what
Wait,
James needs
it's
to do a
nearly done.
course on creative writing. That is
Like
boring
we are
as
trying
shit.
to be fancy.
No,
When
it's in the delivery. Phil.
all I want is
So-
to enjoy a few beers in the garden. All the best. Woofus Pop. What's that?
That's Woofus Pop.
What's
That's
Woofus
his
Pop?
name.
That's Woofus
That-
I
Pop.
feel
It's
bad
a-
now because
right.
James isn't the problem.
Okay.
You're right. I think it was your delivery of that was
Hi guys.
awful.
No, don't read it all again.
So barbecue season is here.
Basically,
No, let me
don't-
just. Let me. In fact, Phil, give it a
basically,
bit of pizzazz.
James.
Can you read that out? How it should have been
Okay.
read.
Hey guys, loving the pod,
I'll
and
give it-
especially I was doing,
I'm the only professional broadcaster here.
I was doing well.
This all
then.
stems from her mother's belief
That was good,
that
wasn't it?
men never wash their hands after going for a pee. Apparently, it's okay to scoop up a handful of Doritos,
Apparently-
crisps, or sausage rolls with your pissy fingers, but a teaspoon is the best tool to use to transfer peanuts 2 at a time to an upheld palm, presumably to transfer the imaginary piss to the next teaspoon user. So you just got to put a bit back
Yeah,
into
it took me 15 minutes to read it because you and your little friend here wouldn't stop interrupting.
Hey, I'm 6'2" in shoes.
What I need, this is what
Less
he
of
needs.
the little.
This is what he needs. What I need is a bulletproof argument to stop this behaviour, as I'm tired of my mates winking at me like we're trying to be fancy when all I want to do is enjoy a few beers in the garden.
Well, for a start, how big are these soirees that you're fucking running, James? How many people are coming to them? How big's the
Well,
bar?
and considering we're such a favourite podcast of his, he's reviewing us twice.
Yeah.
Where's our fucking invite?
Sorry. This episode has been absolutely unhinged, man.
Terrible. It's probably the weakest one I've ever been on.
I thought last week's one where I was talking about filling up a skip with water was...
Guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt. There's just been a problem with the pod track. I just need to switch over SD cards really quickly.
Okay.
Oh
Sorry.
my god! I was just about to do another hot take.
So, I genuinely before we can answer this, I need you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
When you're at home on your own
Yeah.
and you go for a little pissy,
I wash my hands.
you
yeah.
wash your hands.
Yeah, I wash my
Yeah?
hands, yeah.
I always wash my hands. I used to have a crippling OCD, and I had to have cognitive behavioural therapy to cure it whilst I worked at the factory. Had I have known that I could have used that non-terminal illness to my advantage and created an entire hour Edinburgh show around it, and my struggles with OCD, I wouldn't have got cured. So, but at the factory, I couldn't really monetize that illness. So it's a shame now that people base an entire show around ADHD and OCD. whereas
Sometimes
at the time, I just found it.
sometimes the toilets you go in, and
Stumbling
I'm not suggesting this of James's place,
Yeah.
and I think if you're around where you're going to be sharing food or whatever, if you don't wash your hands, you're an absolute scumbag. Having said that, if I go into a motorway services toilets, and I'm not talking about like a big service, I'm talking about, there's a toilet in a petrol garage, which I think is possibly where the only people that use those ablutions are murderers because they are in such an awful state. I don't want to touch anything apart from my own penis because it's so rank in there, including the taps.
In fact, I'd only want to touch Joey's penis.
So you're saying you don't wash your hands?
No, I do wash my hands, but I'm just saying I think there's the odd time where my penis is cleaner than anything around it in the room that I'm doing the piss in.
That's going to be a dirty
Does
room.
it have a tap that you turn or the one that you push down which will go back up?
Well,
Because
it
then
depends, doesn't
if
it?
you pop it down, you can wash your hands and never touch it again and be out
That's
of there.
good. Well, maybe James needs to invest in those kind of taps in his house if he wants people to wash his hands, and then his girlfriend won't worry. The other thing is, get rid of all the spoons or just don't have nuts. Why are you so obsessed with having peanuts?
Mm.
You just get rid of
Or
them.
have a little
I have a friend with an allergy.
have a little thing that sprays soapy water and spray your friend's hands when they come into the garden.
Yeah.
That's
I once
How
saw
would
a
you- how
truck
would he-
driver have an all-over body wash at a sink in a
Sorry?
service station toilet. I did stand and I didn't have to watch him for as long as I did, but
Where?
I just found it fascinating. Yeah,
where?
T-Bay.
T-Bay?
Is that what he did to the
Just
thing?
stood there washing,
T-bayed it.
washing, throwing it on himself, trousers folded up on the side.
How would you bring it? How would you bring it up with your girlfriend, Philip? A teaspoon of nuts.
I would say if I was having a party, my missus had put a teaspoon in the peanuts, I would take all my clothes off, fold them neatly in a pile, and walk into the sea. And you'd never hear from me again. Well, just that's me done. Start a new life.
I don't think it's that big a deal, this thing.
I
it's
do. I just think.
But if she wants the spoon there, like, you just got to compromise in it and be like, fine.
Oh no, you can have a spoon in a bowl of nuts for her, and then just a normal bowl of nuts for everyone else to show her how
for the
ridiculous
lads.
she's been. Yeah. And then you'd write on the bowl, "These nuts." And you'd go, come get these nuts.
Come get these nuts. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a good
Is that solved?
T-shirt to have.
Yeah. Getting them. That's going to be our first merch.
Come get
Come
these
get
nuts.
these nuts.
Yeah, and you could stand at bars and point at it when you like someone.
Sure.
On next week's podcast.
Oh, what?
What?
On
got
next week,
another
I'm
hot
just
take.
throwing forward. On next week's podcast, we've got a doctor on, and also we've got a genuine complaint about the podcast.
Really?
Yeah,
I
came in on when I found out about this on the way in this morning, but I haven't had time to bring it up on today's podcast. So next
So
week,
you don't. Okay.
no, we haven't got time.
Well,
We've
we've
Come on,
got a
guys. We
complaint.
must have time to discuss gender politics before I go.
No, Philip, we haven't
What?
actually got time for that. But Phil,
What?
tell us about your Edinburgh
use
show
that as a
and
good bit of
the accompanying podcast.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to come on this podcast. What's it called?
Got a problem, mate.
Yeah, I love it. Big fan. I've been watching it for years. Anyway, if you want to come see me in Edinburgh, I'd love that. It's called Phil Ellis' Excellent Comedy Show, and it's on at 12:30 p.m. every day from the 2nd to the 27th of August at the Monkey Barrel Hive 2. And it's
You're doing a lunchtime show.
yeah, I've never
You
done
love
it.
to stay up boozing, so that's not going to work.
No, I don't do that anymore because I'm 41 and it's time to stop, innit? There's only so many burst capillaries you can look at.
We're going to
in
have a
the
few
mirror.
tonight when I get back.
I'm going to be absolutely shit-faced when you get back.
Legend.
Yeah, I'm going to have a party on the balcony. Come and get these nuts. No spoons allowed, baby. When are we going to start eating cats?
Do you want to
Come
tell
on,
us about your
guys.
podcast?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing a
Fringe.
daily one called Fringe Binge. And, it's just me interviewing people every day.
Have you
in
contacted
the-
Bilal about doing it?
Who have you got on there?
Not you.
who
Even
you
though
got?
you've both
No,
got the same agents. This is embarrassing.
Well, we've got
Do
loads
we?
of people lined up. But yeah, of course, I'd love to interview you.
Well, who's lined up?
Oh, we got loads of great people.
Who?
Who's lined up?
Some really we've got the two Ronnies coming on, Tommy Cooper. They're still going, aren't they?
Am I on it?
No, there are good people lined up. I can't want to say who yet, but
Who'd you have on the last series?
We had loads.
No,
Paul
they can find
Finn and Nick Elm.
If you've got time, to go through Phil Ellis' back catalogue of
Eureka.
old podcasts from a previous Edinburgh Fringe, then why not go back and listen to all the great episodes so far of this podcast, which is called Got a Problem, Mate.
Follow me on all the social medias at the Phil Ellis,
You
at the
okay?
Phil Ellis,
Slurring.
Phil Ellis comedy.
He's run out of steam. God bless him.
Can you sign up to the Patreon? Support me for my. I'm doing a sponsored run up a hill for cancer.
Oh my God!
Not to find a cure, to spread it. I've been putting asbestos in people's kitchens.
Oh God! Is that what you've been doing while I've been away?
Yeah.
Oh.
And erecting pylons near primary schools. I really want to bring back cancer.
Bring it back.
Clickbait.
No.
People will click on that. Bring back cancer. It's never gone away.
Is this what you wanted?
Everyone in my family has died of bowel cancer.
Mate.
What?
Is
Thanks for having me.
He's staying in your flat.
He's staying in my flat. Yeah, I didn't think to ask him until about.
This
a day
interview's
ago.
over. Don't see that in the back.
Well, that's
This happened.
the end of today's podcast.
Thanks for having me. I'll take this stuff with me. Lots to do.
Wow.
Lots to do.
On next week's show, we've got a climate change doctor and good friend of ours.
Yeah, that would be.
It's all what? Climate change isn't a thing.
Thank you for joining us at the cat eating.
No, don't.
Bringbackcancer.com. Supporting live comedy. Thanks for your time, everyone.
He's gone.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, everyone. This
It's
was,
as if he wasn't ever here.
I don't know if this is going to need
Editing.
editing.
I'd imagine
or,
so.
Yeah. I think it might. It's been a magical episode.
Is this what you'd hoped it would be
I
22
thought
weeks
it
ago?
would go like this.
Yeah.
Join Scientology.
I think that's all right.
Okay, I'll see you next week then. I've got stuff to do.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Until next time.
Give us your problems.
Give us your
On
problems.
gotaproblemmate.com.
.com.